Our first day in Florence began with one of the most unpleasant bus rides I've ever been on. It was a very weird juxtaposition though, because as I was getting motion sick on this bus, I was also looking at some of the most beautiful Italian countryside that I've seen so far. But we finally got to Florence. All of us were pretty exhausted, but we headed out to Piazza Santa Maria Novella, which was really close to our hotel. Then we went to look at the Palazzo Strozzi, which is a castle in town. You can see the rings on the front where people used to tie their horses up. After that, we headed to the Piazza della Repubblica, and then of course to Piazza San Giovanni, where the famous Cathedral di Santa Maria del Fiore is, and of course the bell tower. We went inside and looked at the art depicted on the dome, especially. Then we walked to the Galleria dell'Accademia, which is the museum that houses David by Michelangelo.
So, Michelangelo wanted to show the power, the kinetic energy before the event. What moves us? What moves him? But we have the capability, our will. What did Michelangelo will paint a few years later in the Scene of the Sistine Chapel? What did God put to Adam? What did he give him? The brain, the capability, the intellect.
David was easily one of the most impressive things we saw. There are just some things that you don't quite grasp the enormity of until you see them. And David is one of those. David's scale is 2.6 times bigger than an actual human, and anatomically he's completely perfect in every way except for his right hand and his head. And the right hand was probably my favorite. There were so many details. You could see the veins, and I'm just sitting there staring at this like, this is a rock that someone has crafted into this work of art. I think that about statues a lot of the time, but this one was especially amazing to me. After David, we went to the Mercato della Paella, where the pig is. So what you do is you put a coin in its mouth and let it drop down, and if it falls through the cracks on the first try, you are coming back to Florence. Mine didn't go on the first try, but it did on the second. Next was the Piazza della Signoria. I'm still not quite sure where to put the accent on some Italian words, so that could be wrong, but it houses a lot of different fountains and statues that have significance to the old Roman town. And then after that, Filiberto took us to Ponte Vecchio, which is a bridge, but it also has a lot of different shops along it, and he was pointing out places for us to go shopping in our free time. But on our first day, we were so tired and sweaty, we decided to just rest during our free time. Florence is a struggle, but it has great Wi-Fi.
Such great Wi-Fi. I'm having a health struggle.
For dinner, I had what I would come to find out was my last Italian pasta dish. But it was awesome because there were 3 pastas, all of which were absolutely delicious. There was a spicy-ish one, there was a white sauce one with zucchini, and there was also ravioli, along with the second course and the dessert.